So, basically, what I did was I pressed end stream instead of studio mode and then changing to the next scene, so that was fun. So, you're gonna have to give me about 5-ish minutes to set everything up again, because it takes a while, so I'm sorry. Let's see if we can't not accidentally end the stream this time. I don't know why I do it. I don't know, it's like the studio mode button is way below everything else, so I don't quite understand why sometimes I click it, but I've done it twice now, which means it's properly ingrained in my muscle memory.
Here I go! Incoming fire! Tango down! Enemy soldiers there! Northeast!
Alright, sound should be synchronized now. I don't know why it doesn't synchronize either. It used to be fine. I used to never had to fiddle with it, ever. But then, like, I changed some things on myself. So I did not
Get going!
Ooh, gotcha. cool, bro. Amazing. Oh well. It's actually vaguely better for my analytics if I just do the stream instantly and then everyone starts watching. Which I think is really strange, personally. Could we use some weird setups on guns, bro? What are we doing? What is all good?
One down!
The reason it's weird is because some of the attachments they use don't like increase the gun's accuracy and actually hinder it.
Away we go!
Makes sense.
Man down! They're hurt bad! Friendly down! Hurt bad! Hostile contact!
That's just me. Throwing a Molotov cocktail on my corpse, had eh? I thought it was Spider-Man.
That's a hostile! East! Infantry on my mark! Took one down! Reloaded, cover me! Enemy spotted! East! Tango! 110 meters away!
Hey Stal, welcome to the stream. More annoying that I ended the stream because I did the fucking intro perfectly.
Let go! Hit me! Hey! Hey! Hostile down! Enemies here! Hostile located! Northwest!
Bullshit. Bullshit. Why is it not working? No, not power off, you twat. Three. Oh, bro. First blood.
Soldier marked! 150 meters! Position! Multiple troops over here! 200 meters away! Spotted a hole!
I'm taking fire!
Take some supplies. One of us is down.
Motherfucker scared the shit out of me. Son of a bitch.
Leave me! It's not safe!
I see one of their troops! Around 90 meters from my position! Got one! Target down!
Danger near me! Do not
Friendly
fire
on the
assist.
ground! One down!
Just make yourself like a really easy target. You don't, it's not. You gain no advantage whatsoever.
Grenade! Ah!
I'm hit!
Enemies down! Don't die on me, come on!
Well, don't stop now!
I got you! Enemy infantry! West!
Can't move! Someone help!
I've got you!
Shoot at me! Look, cover! Second. They're using people!
Keep pushing yourself like this! You won't be coming back!
Fuck off. Hey, feel my rage. I want to play versus Pinzera. I didn't even realize he was in here until he just killed me. That is how inconsequential he is to me.
Look out! 70 meters from my position!
I don't understand how the fuck you got me from there with that. I don't get it. I just don't fucking understand how the fuck you managed to kill me. Alrighty.
Hostile infantry! 170 meters away! Cover me! I'm reloading! Toss a grenade! You'll be okay.
I'm wounded! It's not safe!
Hostile! 90 meters from my position!
Enemy down!
Tossing grenade! I'm down! Need help! Just hold on! I can help! Hostile identified! 170 meters!
Don't understand, bro. I shot you in the head loads of times. Apparently he's killed me 3 times, but I've only noticed twice.
Enemy zone marked! 150 meters away! Grenade out! Step away! Marking hostile! Target!
Get back! Do not come over here!
Counterpost! Reloading weapon!
They're all over me!
Ammo right here! Grenade deployed! Here's ammo! Hostile identified! 170 meters! troops! 200 meters! One down! We have a man down! Grenade ongoing! I can help! Reloading! Watch it! Ground!
Hold on a second. Need to... Oh, much better. Pressing that fucking thumbstick on the VR fucking controller. Bloody annoying.
Ammunition!
Like 29 and 5 over 28 and 9 any day. It's GG Zuma. GG. See, I've got the shotgun rounds now, so is there any point using the shotgun now? Maybe, maybe not. Ooh, I think I have to turn the heating on, it's bloody cold.
Bloody cold.
It's too hot now, it's bloody too hot. I'm like an old man. I can't decide whether or not I want it hot as fuck or cold as anything. Drop a like for the belch, please. Wow, amazing. Game won't let me type. I just want to say Riot Shield cringe. God. Let us shine. That was what I would call a load of bullshit. Can we jump? Okay.
제도에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Не подходите ко мне!
Tango down!
Don't say
Reloading! We need you! Hold on!
move! Reloading! Watch it!
Grenade out!
Taking fire here! Enemy soldier ready!
Ammo! Here! Threat neutralized! Toss a grenade!
Oh, bro.
Оставьте!
Target neutralized!
Oh. That would be why they pushed. Because they knew they could get away with it. Son of a bitch. I didn't even know.
Throwing grenade!
I'm changing my gun. AUK isn't working on this mode.
Taking losses!
To be fair, actually, it's probably the attachment. I'll try it with this one. But I'm just gonna change the gun. Yeah, I'll use the VHX, the gun everyone uses. I knew there was someone coming up behind me. Surprised you're not teabagging me, bro. Like literally all that. Just shoot a grenade launcher for no reason at all. Makes perfect sense. fuck's sake. Should have carried on running and turned around. Oh well.
Grenade going out! Target!
In my own fucking world there, bro. I really just wasn't even concentrating at all. I was actually thinking about, like, do I want to play this or do I want to play something else? Because it is Sunday. But members only. I'm not exactly liking this lobby. I seem to be, like, experiencing some degree of, like, packet loss every now and then, and it's vaguely vexing. It's also only whenever I seem to start getting into a good fight with Pin Zero, which is even more irritating. Because he's a bit of a smug fuck. That kind of thing. See? Way too many bullets in that person. They should have been dead way sooner than that.
You need ammo!
I'll just wait till the end of the round. 10 is fine. Not what game I'd play. I don't really want to do the Stanley Parable. I did the Stanley Parable, and it's nice and it's fun, but having to redo the entire thing just to get to a new chapter, like a new area, and trying loads of different things out. It's more of a game I'd like to play by myself, if I'm honest. I could play Ghost Recon Breakpoint, maybe. I don't know. And every other game that I've been playing on PC, I've actually, like, managed to get, you know, quite far into it. So it'd be like, you'd be jumping in like, the middle of the game. No. I'm not playing this, man. I'm just not. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. This isn't a skip. This isn't classed as a skip. This is a class as a, I ain't doing this shit, bro. This is like, you know, you're walking down an alleyway and there's like a fork in the road, and one side is like, they both look identical, and as you go to walk down the side that you pick, the light at the end of the street starts flickering. That's what this is. This is, it ain't happening. I'm just gonna go the other way, you know? This map can literally go, it's just not, no. No, I say all of this. Maybe I should have stayed and just played like an asshole. I feel really ill. Like, I don't really know how to describe it. I feel like sick. Like, not like, I feel sick in like my stomach area, I guess.
Let's get started.
The best way I can describe it. I feel a bit bleh. Give me a moment. I'm gonna BRB, go to the toilet.
Got casualties! Target is fucked!
Over here! Around 90 meters from my position!
Я подпочку обстрела! Огонь! One down! Woo! Контакт с противником! Enemy neutralized! Обнаружен противник! Впереди! Reloading! Отлично! Граната пошла! Got one!
So, I'm back.
Enemy guard! 40 meters from my
Sat
position!
down. Got a drink. Sat down. And
Reloading! Cover me!
sat on the desk in my little cup with my meds. I feel ill because I haven't taken my meds today. But I've just taken them. So yeah.
Hostile down!
It was the kerfuffle at the beginning of the stream where I ended the stream instead of actually, like, you know, I don't know the word. Instead of going to the next screen, I ended the stream. There you go. Transferring? Well. But anyway, that's why I feel a bit weird, because I normally take my meds when I start streaming every day. And they last for a day. Well, 24 hours. So, that's why I felt ill. Because I went to the toilet, and I'm like, staring in the mirror. And I'm like, I look okay. I look fine. Got myself a drink, sat down, started drinking it. Put the drink right next to all my meds. Can't make this shit up, I tell you. Boring. So we'll try again. This might have been the server I left, to be fair. Oh well. If it is, it doesn't matter. We'll just roll with it. I don't know. I just forgot to take them. I hate this map. I don't hate this map as much as I hate the... To be fair, actually, I'm not sure. They're both bad maps.
Tango down!
Said, do you mind? Not keep shooting me. I mean, we could play the Stanley Parable. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling Battlefield. Okay, we'll play the Stanley Parable, even though technical issues. Be right back. There's also the slight problem that I need to put the other headset in, so we'll need to do that, or turn the other headset on. I don't know. Still feel kind of off because I forgot to take my meds. So I took my meds, but then I'm going to really kick in for a while, so I might as well just do something else. So, bear with me. Still yet more technical issues, unfortunately. There's an epilogue. I'm sorry, what? Wow, this is cool. Okay. Sorry about that. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions. As outlined in a press release they published today, it's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out that this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game, and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in this press release. Okay. Jim. Hold on, Jim.
Jim. Stanley. Jim.
Random. This style is called the Stanley Parable. It's a PC game. Oh. Oh, hello again. Yes, it is. It's lovely to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. How have you been? It's terrible that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. I mean, it's okay. Hmm. Together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Okay. All we'll do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try to combine some random words together to make a title for the game. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, what's the last thing? Oh, the enter the current time. It is.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
No idea.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I get the broken achievement now.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Sorry about that brief interlude. I thought, because my cat follows me around and I went to the kitchen earlier on to get a drink, and I assumed the cat had followed me because I heard it meowing. I heard him meowing, I suppose. You're less of an it and more of a him, aren't you?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Let's get this achievement. Let's go.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure? Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet? Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long... All right, have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yes.
Ready to move on now?
Mm-hmm. Let's go. Let's move on. Let's progress the story, Mr. Narrator.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Very nice.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
I see.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply Well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Indeed.
Would it possibly work?
Possibly.
I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Yep.
Let me see if I can whip something up.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
I see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's like a litmus test.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nope.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Nope.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He
Indeed.
might be fired for that.
I would.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Yes.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
No, it doesn't.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Yeah.
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
They were.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Yes.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Oh, yeah.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Why?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited him...
No. This this loop that I was just on, I'm pretty sure doesn't.
All
lead
of his
anywhere apart from
co-workers
me
were
being dead.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket. Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley. Find me. He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
This is new.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Exactly.
Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Exactly.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought. And she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Okay. That was interesting. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Can I take the bucket to the extra? I'll jump down the hole. The hole? The only thing I haven't done. Infinite hole.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe
What if I take
nonsense.
this bucket
I say we take
to
it
the other bucket?
one step even further. Which
I
is
have the
why
comfort
I'm
bucket.
very proud to announce for
Will
the
I get
first
jealous?
time ever, the Stanley Parable
do?
2.
Should I take this bucket to the other bucket? I think I'll take this bucket to the other bucket and see what happens.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
It could.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Possibly.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Let's take the reassurance bucket to the reassurance bucket.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here? How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me? Stanley! Oh, thank God, I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk.
Okay.
I hope one day you can forgive me.
It's fine. I can forgive you. No more bucket. It's gone forever. The bucket. I've lost my bucket. It's just terrible. It's terrible. I've lost the bucket. There's nothing to live for anymore. There's nothing. Nothing. I'm gonna throw myself down the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a... You see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
I mean,
Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I'd love to. I really would. But I'm falling forever.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
See.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
I see.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I mean, I didn't
Why
say
don't
anything.
we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
No.
I'll just be up here when you're ready.
It's not though, is it? It's not mostly infinite. It's just very, very deep. You know? I'm not gonna agree to this. I'm not agreeing. No, I'm not. It's not an infinite hole. It's not even mostly infinite. It's vaguely infinite. It's not even. It's not even vaguely infinite. You know. It's like. It's just not infinite. It's just not. There's nothing infinite about it. Not an infinite hole. I stay where I'm staying here until you change your mind. I don't know if you will change your mind. Whoever's been here has been smoking a lot of cigarettes, and that's all fine and good, you know, smoke as many cigarettes as you like, but A, where'd they get the cigarettes from? If they fell down the hole, did they have cigarettes with them? Did someone fall down the hole and ask people to throw them cigarettes? You know? And B, where's the lighter? Where is the lighter? New mug. What's this say? It says, from management to everyone, BCC me. Meeting at 2 PM, sincerely management. Okay. And this one says the same thing. And this says, just the two of us, doom. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us, doom, doom. Just the two of us. Just the two of us, doom. Building castles in the sky, just the two of us. You and I. And then this is, every pause button is the Roman numeral 2. Okay, I don't think he's going to talk.
Great.
Teleport.
Now, I'm very excited to show you... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
If only I had the ability to jump. Is he really gone? Has he just fucked off? He's just gone. Yeah, I can't get out the hole. I actually can't, because there's no jump. I guess I have to just restart. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the bucket, okay, and we're going to take the bucket to the hole.
All of his
We're not gonna take the bucket
co-workers
to the
were
bucket,
gone.
because the bucket to the
What
bucket
could it
causes an
mean?
explosion.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Hey.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
I wish there was no clip. I really do. I actually wonder. I have a question. Oh, there is. Ah. Okay, that's a shame. So, I've got this program that allows me to play games with mods. It's not like cheat engine
You
shit,
see,
it's not
Stanley,
like I'm
I've
cheating.
been
I suppose
reflecting on the
technically
Stanley
really it is
parable
cheating.
and
But
about
it's
how
not like
roundly
they're
disappointing
for
this
mainly
ultra deluxe
single-player
version
games.
has turned out to
Okay.
be. The
I actually
original
don't like using
Stanley
it 'cause I
parable
don't
was a
wanna get
landmark,
banned.
and any
I don't
new
think you
content
can
for
get
it should
banned.
live up to that legacy. So forget this
Is it just
ultra
like-
deluxe
so like you can give
nonsense.
yourself
I
lots of
say
money
we
or
take
no
it
clip or
one
something,
step
and use it
even
for Cyberpunk
further.
and
Which is why
visit Baldur's
I'm
Gate as
very
well, give
proud to
yourself a
announce for the
shit ton of
first
money,
time
'cause money
ever
itself.
the Stanley Parable 2.
But I wondered if it had the Stanley Parable 2 in it, Ultra Deluxe, because
Yes,
it
you
could give
see,
me a
isn't this
jump
far
button.
superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Could.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
No.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around
the
them.
cup says
It'll all
goodbye.
work itself out. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Right, let's go to the infinite hole with the bucket. We can't do the actually, what happens if I do the achievement again? Because I've already got it. And the machine was fixed. Because the text person said the machine was fixed.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Okay.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on?
Okay,
You
well,
got
I've
the
already got it.
achievement?
I was thinking maybe there was another
Why
achievement.
did the machine
like,
work? Stanley,
pull the
I didn't
achievement
fix it.
lever
I didn't
with the
do
bucket.
anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Well, that's new. I'm going to the infinite hole with a bucket. That's what we're doing. It's definitely a hole. I always love the way it says Fig 3. It's always Fig 3. There you go. Here's the... just keeps going. Educational use only. Infinite hole chart. Depth. Space. More hole. Infinity. Science. Question mark. More. Falling. Hole entrance. Infinity. I mean, technically, you could make an infinite hole, but it wouldn't actually be an infinite hole. It would be a
Stanley,
hole.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Now I have a bucket.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No. I could, but I couldn't. And I won't. Would I? Should I? Could I? Possibly.
Okay,
Will I?
Stanley.
No.
I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
Indeed.
You found me out, Stanley.
I did.
I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look,
Yes.
I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I
would
figured
love
the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
And
Why
you said it in
don't
front
we
of the
just
bucket.
put all this behind us and agree to
Don't worry,
just
Bucket.
call the
He doesn't
hole
mean all the things he said.
mostly infinite?
It's just a disembodied
If
voice.
that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll
Okay.
just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
It's the best
Not
line
normal.
ever.
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole.
No, you
I
didn't.
didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Yes.
I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Hop back up to the top and we'll see if it gets any shorter. What if I don't? What if I sit here for a bit? Me and the bucket in the hole. You know, I was saying before, a hole could technically be infinite, but it wouldn't actually be infinite, okay? It would have to be to the point where it stretched time and space so much that it felt infinite, but in reality it was not. Even if technically, I suppose, the universe is infinite, you know? Or is it? We don't know. Infinity becomes a bit of a weird thing in physics. After a while, it sort of starts to break itself down a bit. But that's only because we don't. I honestly think we do maths wrong. I think there's something that we're missing in maths. We think we've got it right because all of the things we've done up to this point make sense, but in reality, we haven't. Are you going to do anything? I thought the whole rose. I thought the whole risen-osed.
Well, there it is.
Oh.
The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point.
Yes.
It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Should
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh,
I mean, it doesn't.
who am
really.
I to judge?
Yeah.
You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing?
No.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
Okay.
I'm out. Goodbye,
Oh.
Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole.
We'll try again. Right. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'll leave you alone, Bucket. Have a nice day. Now, what should I do?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I did.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Who doesn't?
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
It is.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Exactly.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I kind of wish I could read this. There's a way to get to the jump button. There's a jump circle. What does that say?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Listen
It's
here, you.
possible that this is why everyone left.
That's not fair. You can't say that. That's not fair. I like this room, okay? This is one of my favorite rooms in the entire office. I come to this room
Stanley
every
sat
day.
around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yes. The game is telling me to stay in this room. That's what the game's saying. It's saying stay in the room because something is going to happen. Because it must happen. Because this game is fucking absurd. I'll just stay for a bit longer. I am getting slightly bored. I mean, I do like this room. It's a very lovely room. It's a glorious room, in fact. Fantastic. I mean, just look. The contrasting colours of the ceiling, the floor and the walls. It's amazing. The blue chairs. The paintings that aren't really paintings, and that looks like it's a picture of a nuke, and it's a bit of a tree. There's some more mountains, you know? This is some more mountains, but further away. This is one of those times where if I wasn't streaming, I would just Google what happens if you stay in the room. Oh, fuck it, we're Googling it. What happens if you stay in the break room? Oh, okay. I probably should have prefaced Stanley Parable too. Employee lounge. Goes to a wiki. Let's go to the wiki. Let's see what it says. Yes. Yes. Endings. The employee lounge was different in the HD Remix beta. There is a piece of paper stating that someone stayed in the lounge for 40 days. The deteriorated version of the vending machine can be found in the Mariella ending. Let's see. So, the answer is, I can stay here, but do I really want to stay here for 40 days? Do you imagine that? Streaming this 40 days. 40 days of just this. See, this is why I need Twitch, because people would watch 40 days of this. Okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
See, no, I want to go this way. There's more interesting shit this way, I think. I'm not sure. Possibly. But we're gonna not go that way. I'm so bad at following directions.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I know, I just said that.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Have we?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Okay.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Has it?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
No.
Someone you've forgotten about.
See.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay.
Give me a chance.
I'll give you a chance. No. It always has said that. That's weird.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley walked through the red door.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here.
No.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map.
No.
Because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
I know.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
No.
Skill trees?
No.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
All right.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
I want to know.
Feel
if it matters
free
if
to
you
be
pick anything
honest.
apart
I'm
from,
looking
like,
for some
the
real
dialogue
critical
tree.
feedback here.
Every time I've clicked 1, he's like, a 1? A 1? That doesn't even give me anything. I clicked 5 before. Anyone in chat want to give me a number? I don't know. Well, there were 2 doors before, and now there are 3. So
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe
Yes.
next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes?
yeah,
Hmm? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Have I managed to go up the leaderboard at all? Is the leaderboard real? I don't think it is. Good old Neil. Did you know that 21.3% of players skip the intro sequence? Oh, that's me. I'm still there. Yeah, the time hasn't changed either. It said 7 hours and 37 minutes before. I see.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
No.
Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
The problem is, if I want to actually
In this
beat
game,
I
the
need to
baby
sit here for
crawls
4 hours
left
and press a
towards
button.
danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very
Someone sat
meaningful
on stream
game,
on Twitch and
all
did
about the
this.
desperation and
I'd have just
tedium
used
of
a keyboard.
endlessly
I'd have just used, like,
confronting the
a
demands of
script.
family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
It's designed to be the most annoying thing in the world. Someone literally sat here for 4 hours on Twitch doing this. shut up. So there's a guy called Vengeant who does like music and shit out of weird things. So like he'll be scrolling through TikTok and there's like a meme video or whatever, and then he'll make a song out of the meme video, and that's what he does. And this would be a really good thing for him to do. Alright, I'm gonna let the baby die now. Sorry, baby.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game?
Okay.
Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes.
Like he's scrolling
this
through
seems
VHS
like it'll
tapes and
work.
shit.
Let's give it a shot.
And now it's Firewatch.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is
That
our
fucking
motivation?
That S is everywhere.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you
Human
are meant to play
civilization
as a
will die
creepy
out.
man,
Fucking
spying on
rodents will
innocent
rise up
civilians
and become
below
the new
you from up
sentient
high
beings,
in
and
your
this S will be
tower,
everywhere.
perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Oh.
Yes, that must be it.
Yes,
What a
it
fascinating venture
can't
into the
possibly be
experience of
anything
total
other than-
mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more.
Look
Come,
out, cookbook.
let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Well, last time I ventured outward, and you close off the map before I can actually get an experience. So I'm not going to. I'm going to stay in here for a bit and see if you say anything. Supplies for 2 forks. For 2 forks? Summer Games Dr. President. We've got Space Puffs, Pacific Fleet, Albacore Tuna. We've got some beans. There was a guy who came in my chat ages who was obsessed with beans. You know who you are. I looked as if you were there. You know who you are. Suds. I wish I had a jump button. I really do. Oh wow, this is actually pretty interesting. Flora of the Shoshone. The Shoshone? The Shoshone? We've got the blue spruce, which is blue. You know, if it was green I'd be worried. We've got cottonwood. We've got the lodgepole pine. We've got some aspen. A birch shrub. An elder shrub. A mock orange. What? I don't understand how that makes any sense. A sagebrush. The prairie fire. The fillory. The golden aster and the tailcup lupine. U.S. Forestry Service Guide to recognizing flora of the Shoshone. Illustration by Gary Boss. What a name. His name is Mr. Boss. If he's your boss, you walk up to him and go, "What's happening, Mr. Boss?" The boss. Okay. Outside it is then. Oh, I won't go the way you want to. No. I'll go this way instead. I really wish more things could happen. Probably a mod that, like, you know, makes this crazy. I could play the original Stanley Parable, I suppose. There's probably more mods for that. Oh well, we'll go down the stairs. Lock the area off.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What? Wanted to press, nothing works. Well, I mean, it's very open. This would probably be a good game to play, to be fair. Firewatch is supposed to be really chill.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh,
I wonder if there's a way to
thank
get out
goodness,
before it
Stanley.
does
What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that
That thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Let's see. Oh, Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
That sounds like a challenge to me.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what
Sports
fun.
ball? Oh,
We shall
what
run
fun.
the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
I refuse. I refuse to have fun. There's a hole this side. I've always go down the blue side,
Hold
so I'll
on.
go down the red
What are you
side.
doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
So it's just the same thing, just the opposite side. And this is the original Stanley Parable room. Like, the OG. It's all decrepit, obviously, because, well, doesn't need to not be decrepit, does it? What is this? What the fuck is that? Like, legit? What am I looking at? I think it's a texture. It almost looks like there's a face there. That's really creepy. I'm expecting it to disappear. Oh, it's a lift. Okay. A lift that doesn't work. This is a creepy game as it is. Just this. This is creepy as fuck. Oh. The two doors. Now I'm just going in circles. That's the creepy lift door. Okay. Alright. That way is the way we came. That's the offices. That's where we dropped down. The only way I think to get back is to go to my office and then walk back out again, I think. It's the only way to get it to trigger. Which is a bit lame, if I'm honest. So would this be where the old break room was then? I'm guessing this wall is not supposed to be open. Okay. What we'll do is we'll head to our office. See if I had a jump button. Hold on, I need to Google this. I need to Google it. Right, okay. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Jump. The jump circle. Yep. When inside the jump circle, the player can jump. If the player restarts the game in the jump circle, they have the ability to jump forever when it is restarted, even outside of any jump circles. There seems to be a bug that it was kept as a feature and was used in the secret. Okay. Is there a way I can reset the jump circle? Because I know how to get to the jump circle. I would love to be able to jump. There you go, this is my office, and then you come back out of the office. And then the game should do the thing. There we go.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world.
Yes, that's what he means to this
yes.
world.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
I see.
I can wait.
Can you? Can you really wait? The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Okay. Lots of boxes. So you see, here, there's a room here that leads through here. What's he say? Surname access. There we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be coming to a staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, great. Demonetization. Okay. Is it another rate volume? Oh, it is. Oh, that's kind of bad because I can't hear him.
This is the...
Hold on. There we go. I've muted it just in case it gets demonetized. Oh. Okay.
Rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
There you go.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Oh, okay.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
I wonder. I was wondering if it did anything. Okay. Yep, so get back in the lift and go back down.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Oh, I'm tempted.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I wonder how many times I can do this before he loses his mind.
Oh my God. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process. All right. I have fully come to terms with it.
Okay.
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality.
Okay.
As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Okay. I think eventually the elevator will stop working.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator.
Yes.
How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Indeed. He didn't say anything.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Okay.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you, which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
Just press this again.
Oh, good, we're here. Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
How we did it, the pyramids.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Only I had a jump button.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get
Doing
them.
great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. This is going to be a trick. It's going to be the next area of the game. Lame.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
I suppose this is the delivery of boxes. Yep. All the boxes. Are the boxes in here as well? I don't know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I was hoping it'd be full of boxes, if I'm honest.
Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, no.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story. I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes. I will go to the meeting room. Perhaps I've missed a memo.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Go back. Okay, we'll go back. I mean, you'd think you'd have a fucking grasp of what's going on.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
What
The
did we miss?
story. Here it comes.
Oh, okay.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Last time I followed the line.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh, so I have to follow the line. Okay. Well, last time I followed the line, and the line kind of veered off a bit. Off the beaten track. So, if there's an open door that isn't this line...
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Yes.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
There we go, much better. Okay, up the stairs. Through this door. Yep. This line is getting a bit bored, it seems. A Payday 2 reference, 10 out of 10. I'll pick it up.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I see. Study carefully. Okay. Alright. That's the fern studied. Fern study?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line?
No.
Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
Okay. So... interesting. I didn't even know if I can go the right way now. Oh.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after
Exactly.
everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
Exactly.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No
is true.
lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. It's gone. The line is gone.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
See.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I don't want to go that way because it'll just restart the game in a weird way.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I just don't know the combination.
2845.
I think it's 2, 8, 4, 6. No? 2, 8, 4, 7. 2, 8, 4, 4.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Indeed. Yes, I'm glad. I'm gonna do the elevator again, but this time when I get to the place where I do the press conference, I'm gonna just go back down again. Because it gives me the option to do that. I want to see what his reaction is. And plus I have a bucket. Who doesn't love a bucket?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Indeed.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Wow.
Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
I would.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Press the number 3. Okay. So no, I kind of feel like I'm being curtailed a bit because I just wanted to go back and up and down again. But now I am intrigued about the number 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and... Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
I can't have enough of the number 3. What are you talking about? The number 3 is the number 3. Without 3, you wouldn't be able to have 4, you know? There have been people who have sat on stream, like me, right now, pressing the number 3 button. Forever. Really? You're not going to say anything? Oh, okay. Fine, we'll go back down. Down we go.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
I don't know. It just doesn't understand. Onwards.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Okay, we'll go press the number 3 again. Fuck it.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only silence.
I mean, it is a bucket.
Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator.
Yes.
He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
There must be. You know what? Let's go press that button again. Surely he'll understand.
"Ah," said Stanley. "I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart." He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's.
Yes.
And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Aww.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life. This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one. There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over.
Yeah.
He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit. Only a silence that consumed the space between friends.
Oh dear.
And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Aww. Welp. Or Stanley. Is the bucket not going to be here now? Actually,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That would be good.
Stanley decided to go
no,
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
It
missed
would
a
have been
memo.
good if the bucket wasn't here. That would have been more like, you know, get here and there's a lot of narrators like, unfortunately, the bucket and Stanley were no longer on speaking terms. Wait, what? It said input received, but it had a bigger bar. I am positively...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I can't find a trace of my co-workers. I just can't. Like they don't exist anymore. So, if I... Okay. Gonna see something.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Indeed.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There's no computer that I can click that says input. The new memories. What?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Well, I would love to take a look, but I wish to stop playing and do IRL things like, I don't know, bathe, feed animals, and eat food. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed watching me play Battlefield for like a tiny amount of time, fucking up the stream at the beginning, and then playing practically 2 hours of the Stanley Parable, please make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I'm here every single day from 3 PM during weekdays and 6 PM during weekends. I have been your host, Atypical Gamer. You can call me AK. Tomorrow's stream will be at the usual time of 3 PM for the members only Monday. Currently only have 1 member. If we had more members, we'd have more emojis and more member bonuses. Bonuses would be good. I'll have to go through my memberships, I think. But anyway, toodles.